Koreans are truly innovators when it comes to makeup because someone invented a makeup sealer that turns any makeup completely smudge proof. It's called the magic sealer and it basically creates a film barrier on top of any makeup to keep it in place and protect it from humidity, sweat, or friction, so it ends up completely smudge proof. It comes with a nail polish type brush, so you can either apply it directly on areas you want to seal, such as your eyelashes or eyeliner, or you can even dab it on a sponge for better portion control. And the best part is that it's only $12.
The reason why your makeup is separating is because you're probably making this common makeup mistake. A primer is supposed to create a flawless base for your foundation. But when you apply your foundation on wet primer, you're just mixing the products together instead of layering them on top of each other. This will cause your makeup to start separating throughout the day because the primer is going to pull away from the foundation and cause it to separate, leaving you with this patchy and uneven makeup. So it is so important for your skin to absorb or even warm up to the primer. So waiting 1 to 2 minutes, you're really just allowing the primer to do its job before moving on to foundation. Doing this is going to allow you to layer both products together, making your makeup last all throughout the day.
Reasons why your makeup is not lasting you throughout the day. You're using concealer as foundation. Concealer by itself is not meant to last all day, so it works better when you have foundation then concealer. You're mixing silicone products with oil-based or oil-based with water-based products. When you mix these products together, they might look good at first, but then they'll separate because oil and water don't mix. You're not using any primer before you start your makeup. Another reason is you're not setting your face all the way. If you barely put any powder on your face, it's just going to smear off. Like, it's not going to last. So what I use is hairspray or hourglass or any powder to set my face all the way. You're not using a setting spray. So I recommend this e.l.f. all night, all day. I'm sure you heard of it, but this is my favorite setting spray and it actually lasts me. I be taking naps, I be doing workouts, I be doing everything, but this is gonna hold it. Okay, you guys, I'm finished with my makeup. Let me know if y'all want more tips. Thank you for watching.
Want your makeup to last all day long without your oils coming through? You need to try this hack. First thing, you definitely need to apply a hydrating primer. Even if you have oily skin, this is going to help with the next step. Using a damp sponge, apply a finely milled powder around your problem areas, so around your nose, your chin, your forehead, a very thin layer. Then melt that in using a setting spray, wait for that to dry, and then you can go ahead and apply your foundation. This hack is amazing because it actually makes your makeup last all day long, smooths out the skin, fills in the pores. You definitely need to try it out and save it for later.
Stop applying your setting spray like this if you want your makeup to last longer and stay in place. One common mistake is spraying your setting spray way too close to your face. This is gonna drench your makeup instead, causing these really harsh streaks after all this work. So what you want to do instead is spray your setting spray about 8 inches away from your face. This will help diffuse the setting spray evenly, preventing it from dripping down your face and causing these streaks. Instead of doing one heavy spray by drenching your entire face, causing it to completely drench your makeup and making it move, you want to just do one layer, let it dry, and then mist it again and then let it dry down as well. This will make sure that you're layering the setting spray instead of drenching it. Another great technique is to spray the setting spray directly on your sponge. Press it at the back of your hand to get rid of the excess product, and then just lightly dab that all over your face. This will help prevent the setting spray from drenching down your face. It's also going to help set your skin without it moving the makeup. Moving the makeup. And by following these tips, you can avoid these horrible setting spray mistakes.
If you watch enough Korean makeup artists videos, you'll know that they almost never use powder to maintain the glass skin finish. But their makeup still lasts all day. Those K-pop idols are literally dancing on stage and their makeup is glued on their face. I got my makeup done in Korea and I watched a ton of tutorials, and let me show you the tricks today. Korean makeup artists rarely only use one foundation for the entire base makeup. They would usually start with a thin layer of a lightweight semi-matte foundation that self-sets into the skin without powder for the entire face. It evens out the skin tone and merges with the skin seamlessly. This step is usually done by an assistant makeup artist. After this, the main makeup artist comes in and finish off the brows and the eyes. After the eye makeup, they then use a glowy foundation on areas that needs extra coverage and also on highlighting points of the face like the cheekbone. Avoid easy to crease areas like the smile line and the under eye. Provides glow and coverage and also cleans up the dust from the eye makeup. Going to last all day as well because we're only applying this on areas that we don't move as much. If you want to keep the glow glow off your cheeks, use a liquid blush because liquid blush blends the best with glowy foundation. If you put powder blush on glowy foundation, it's going to look patchy and it's going to take away the glow. Liquid blushes blend seamlessly and also give you a bit of an extra glow. Lastly, the Everything with a setting spray. This one is everybody's favorite. And look how glowy and flawless my base looks.
I'm going to teach you how to get the most smooth, long-lasting makeup look. So the first thing you want to have is an e.l.f. primer or the blue one, but I have the pink one because it has niacinamide in it. Rub it in. Next up is the e.l.f. Halo Glow, and this is to make sure you don't have too much foundation on your face and to keep it smooth and natural. e.l.f. shade is Tan Deep. The Juvia's Place foundation. I just recently got this. I've been using Anastasia foundation, but this one works better for full coverage. Makeup brush, and I put it on my cheeks. You want to focus the foundation on your cheeks, not anywhere else on your face, because it will be cakey. Like, you don't want to put too much on your nose or forehead. You just want to focus it on the cheeks of your face. You can take it down to the neck and come to the chin and right here. As you can tell, I use a lot of e.l.f. products, so the next one is e.l.f. bronzer. You're just gonna take your brush and then you're gonna put it on the high points of your face, like your cheekbones. And then I put some down here just to like snatch my face a little right there. Yeah, that's what you wanna do to both sides. And you wanna put some on the perimeter of your forehead. The nose contour. So I have a detailed video on my nose contour, so if you want to see that, go click on that one and then come back to this one. I just can't film it inside of this because it'll make the video 10 times longer. Okay, now moving on to concealer. I use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in shade Taffy, and it's more on the red undertone side, so if you have red undertones, I recommend this one. So you want to put it under the eye, coming down to the nose, and then some over here. Then I put some on the top of my lip, the chin, head, and the middle of the nose. But when you're blending your concealer under your eye, you want to start from the wing, or whatever you want to call it. You want to start from the outside, like this, and then blend the rest. It's gonna be one of the most important steps. So we're on to powdering our face. So I use Airspun on the spots that I just put the concealer on, right? And then for the rest of my face, I use the Maybelline Fit Me 355, and this is Honey Beige. Okay, before even putting the powder under your eyes, you're gonna blend under your eyes one more time to make sure there's no creasing. I use a powder puff. I use about this much, and I go on the nose part and then I drag it across just like that. Okay, I know it looks a little crazy, but next you're gonna put it on the top of your lip. You're gonna put it on your chin. And to keep all this together, put it on the nose too. Going up right here. You put it on your forehead. And the same powder puff and the Fit Me powder, and put it on the side of our face. This just blurs like all that oiliness. Don't forget the forehead. Next thing is a very important step also. It's the e.l.f. Stay All Night setting spray. You're gonna spray this like 6 times. Whew. As you can see, using the setting spray melted the face. The eyes, I use like, this is orangey brown just on the lid, something cute and simple. A darker brown like on the lid, and just blend it out. For the inner corner, I use a white eyeshadow just to brighten up everything. The liner, and I use this Avani Morphe palette. I'm actually almost out of this, so probably the last time using it. Yeah, I can't talk while doing my liner, so who's gonna watch? Like liner under the eyes. And that same orangey brown tone right under the eye again. Putting on these lashes from Retinolis. I got these from the beauty supply store, Pink 05. And also don't forget bottom mascara. So next It's the Juvia's Place Volume 4, right where I put that bronzer almost, but higher. Blend that in. And I put like the tiniest amount on my forehead just so like it brings, you know, vibrance to the face. And I put a tiny bit on my nose too. A very important step as well is the James Charles palette. I use the eyeshadow in this as highlight, this one right here, and put it on the tip of the nose and this part on the eyebrows too, for the lip. A fluffy brush like this, and I put it on the sides. And lastly, I put some on my forehead right here. This Ulta lip stain. Take a brown liner, and you can just use any clear gloss. This is the final look, and thank you for watching.
I see the face.
Yeah.
It is 12:01,
And it's in.
and it's still eating. It's still, it ain't move. It ain't move.
It did it. And it did it.
Listen.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how I achieved that look and what I did to just keep the makeup up to par the whole night. Now, this is my regular makeup routine, but I'm gonna let you guys know exactly what I did differently, or what I do to make sure that my makeup don't move throughout the night. Okay, so this is just a regular angel eye makeup. I wanted to look kind of smoky but give a little bit of sparkle. So yeah, nothing too special, but this is what we need to pay attention to. I went in with the One Size. This is the Secure the Sweat from One Size, and their primer. This primer, you have to apply it without any moisture to your face, or it's just going to be patchy. And I had to learn that off of Patrick because I used it before and it just didn't work for me. Then I'm gonna go on top with the Secure the Blur from One Size as well. Using those two primers, oh my god. I'm then taking my Charlotte Tilbury foundation. This is my summer color, so don't come for me, as a slight yellow undertone, but we're going to go in with some neutral concealers to just help that color a little bit. Then we're going to take the Juvia's Place bronzer, cream bronzer that they came out in the shade Caramel. All the products are going to be listed in the description, so if you have any questions on that, it's in the description box. Blending out my concealer and all of that. Then I'm going to go in with one of my two favorite blushes from Juvia's Place as well. I love me a nice pink blush. Now, this is also from One Size, is their setting powder, their translucent setting powder. This is a must. When I tell you this is one of my favorite setting powders, and y'all don't even understand. If y'all don't have that in y'all collection, add it now. Well, that's if it's in stock, because baby, one thing about Patrick Starr, he been dropping nothing but heat, honey. Okay, now I'm going in. I let the setting powder stay on my face for a little bit before I blend that out, but I also keep my setting powder underneath my eye for longer. And yeah, I'm gonna do my lips, and I love this lip combination. It's amazing. Like, if I could wear it all the time, I would, and I think I probably do. But okay, this is also an important step. We're going in with 3 setting powders. So we're going with the Morphe Set and Mist to just take away the powder look. Then we're going to go in with the Milani setting powder just to keep that longevity of it. And then we're going in with the One Size to just secure it all night.
Glowing makeup only lasts for like an hour, so let me teach you how to make it last all night. First, I'm starting out with some color corrector underneath the eyes for some brightness. Then using my fingers, I'm going to blend out my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in shade number 6, warm it up, and then buff it out with my brush. Then I'm going to go in with my Trinity London Cream Bronzer, using this to contour the nose, contour around the lips, as well as around the eyes to give a cat eye effect. Now, whether you're creating a full glam or a natural glam like today, cream bronzer is so important to give a natural sculpt to the face. Now I'm going in with some liquid blushes. These are from Amaya by Margie. I'm using a variation of 3 shades, and I'm also going in with a liquid highlighter to get that blushy, glowy effect. Taking this on the under eyes, I like to bring my blush a little bit higher so when I blend out my concealer, it blends out perfectly with the blush. Now I'm going in with a powder puff to set the concealer that I just blend out. I set the under eyes with my Givenchy Prisme Libre powder in shade 03. And now I use my ambient lighting powder from Hourglass to set the rest of the face, using the deepest shade from the palette to bronze. And I'm also going to be taking that bronze shade around the nose, the eyelids, and around the mouth. After all those powders, I need to bring my blush back to life, so I'm just going in with 2 blushes. I use Mellow Mauve by Makeup by Mario and Rose Quartz from House Lab. Now taking that cream glow that I used earlier and buffing it all in. To finish it off, I use the Rare Beauty in Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And ladies, I promise you, this glam is not going to move.
So you need your base to last all day. Whether you have an event, a wedding, a night out, let me show you what I do with my clients and myself to make my base last as long as possible. First, skip the primer. I know you've heard from so many people, primers are key, primers are the reason why your makeup lasts longer. It's not. All you need is good skincare. So first I'm going with the Dewdrops and then Embryolisse as my moisturizer. And then since I'm going to be outside and I know it's going to be hot, I'm going to start with the setting spray. And then you want to give that some time to dry down, so I go with a fan. First, I'm going in with the Dior Backstage on a brush. A brush is key because a sponge will soak up a lot of your product. Light foundations, serums, tinted moisturizers are not going to last as long, so you need a medium to full coverage foundation if you want that longevity. Now we want to go in with our cream or liquid contour, bronzer, and blush. The key to longevity is layering. Especially with blush, blush is the first thing to fade from your face, so I go pretty heavy on blush with all of my clients, especially if you are taking pictures. If you are taking pictures, you lose a lot of color and dimension. You need more makeup than you think for wedding days, for camera, etc. And now I'm layering that concealer and letting it sit for about 2 minutes or more so that it can build coverage. The quicker you blend, the quicker it's gonna go away, and I want to build that coverage. And then everywhere I put that concealer, I'm going to lightly set with a little bit of loose powder. Now I'm going to lightly bake underneath my eyes, and I'm not going to bake anywhere else really, but if you're oily, now's the time to bake in your T-zone or wherever you get oily. Now I'm going with a powder bronzer to just reinforce our liquid and creams. And now blush is the first thing to fade from your face, so I go pretty heavy on this. And also in pictures you do lose color, so building up that blush will really help for longevity and for pictures. And then we're gonna drench our face, and I mean drench in setting spray. It should be wet. Now you may think we're done, but we're not. I love to go back in with my beauty sponge and just really press that in once the spray is dry. If you're oily, you can go back in with your powder puff, especially for oily clients. I go back in with a little bit more powder as well. Now if you're super oily, you can go in with another layer of setting spray, but I'm not oily at all, so this works for me and this works for most of my clients. If you try it out, let me know in the comments. And what do you think about the look?
If you want long-lasting, transfer-proof makeup, girl, keep watching. So first things first, if you do not have a good skincare regimen, then your makeup is not gonna last this. Use a primer. A primer is gonna give you that longevity. You want a primer that's going to help lock in any oil, any sweat. You wanna place it all over the face or where you get the most oils and sweat on the face. Next, I want you to take a little bit of a white translucent setting powder, and I want you to place it all over the face, especially where you get the most oils or where you sweat the most. Okay, so next I want you to take one of your favorite setting sprays and I want you to spray your face down. Setting spray is just going to help lock everything in and set it. Now we're gonna go in with our foundation, and we're going to place our foundation all over our face. What setting powders you use definitely matters. So I would use the setting powder that's going to have that longevity. I like to also mix my setting powder, so I mix the Sweet Honey in with the deep shade, and I'm just going to set my entire face. We're going to spray our face one more time with our setting spray. No transfer, nothing on the back, no transfer.
Guys, I have a confession to make. I completely forgot to use primer today. But with that, I did my makeup at 3 p.m. and it's now 1 a.m. It is a little bit shiny, I'm not gonna lie, but the makeup still lasted. Like, I wouldn't even say that it's greasy. It's like a healthy glow. But there's only 2 other products that I did use that I think actually saved my makeup. So after foundation, I set my face with the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. And this powder is so blurry. And then I actually also forgot a fixing spray. So I don't know what was going on with me today. But I did use this Givenchy Setting Mist. Now this actually adds a little bit of glow. Like, it really melts your makeup and like gets rid of that powdery look. So this with a fixing spray afterwards, like, chef's kiss. But even without one, like, it still helps my makeup like stay on. So it still has that significant hold as well as giving that like hydrated kind of glowy look. So I absolutely would definitely recommend these 2.
I always get compliments on how good my skin looks, even with makeup on. Let me show you how to achieve this look. Lip oil, SPF, don't be shy. Always add more. Hue drops, color corrector, foundation, A little bit of concealer. Let the concealer sit for at least 5 minutes. It's time to blend your concealer with a powder puff. Contour stick, brightening concealer, liquid blush. Blend the blush with a powder puff again. It's time to blend your brightening concealer. Look at that blend on this side. Flawless. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. Look at that difference, guys. Huda Beauty Easy Bake. This step is non-negotiable. Dust it all off. Some bronzer. Now just applying my favorite blush ever. This one was made for me. A little lip liner. Some lip gloss. Spray of your favorite setting spray. And this is the final look. Don't ask for another one. This is it up close. No filter. I could do this at 6 a.m. in the morning and I would still look like this at 6 a.m. the next day.
Hi friends of CLARISHIAN.B, so here's my take on everything that I've just watched concerning that makeup, long-lasting makeup, and how you can make it last longer. All in all I have to say is you have to, work on your skincare, prepare the base, moisturize, exfoliate, make sure the makeup is landing on the best surface it can ever land on. So I wish you guys the best. Let me know in the comment section if you're gonna try it, if you've tried it, if it has worked for you at some point in life or not. Till next time, bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah.